Good morning, everyone. It's Sally MacKinnon here from the Oxenford Coomera Community Youth Centre and Active&Healthy Gold Coast. Great to have you join us for yoga on this lovely Beachmont morning. We're at the end of April already, about to go into what I understand will be quite a cold snap coming up this weekend. So I managed to find my long tights for yoga last night in a bit of a miracle, and here we go. Remember, guys, to listen to your body. It's the one thing that will guide you through yoga. You don't need to be in competition with how you were last week or yesterday or with anyone else in your household or anyone else that you know. This is about you and your breath and your body. Your breath will guide you, your body will guide you, and our ambitious mind, we ask it to please follow our breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose as we go. If that's too hard, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're attempting to hold some of our postures. This is a form of hatha yoga. So when we hold our postures, we focus on our breath and they guide us into a place of steadiness and stillness in often uncomfortable positions. And it's a great metaphor for life. When we come back to our breath, it will guide us beautifully through uncomfortable situations like the one that we're in now, a global pandemic and lockdown. And so we follow our breath. Make sure your space is clear of trip hazards. Make sure that you treat your body kindly. Ahimsa is one of the main precepts of yoga. It means kindness, and kindness begins with ourselves. And when we are kind to ourselves, we know how to take that kindness out into the world as well. Would you like to do a little bit of pranayama to begin with this morning? Pranayama being the yoga breath. Just wonder, I just suddenly occurred to me, why don't we start with a little bit of alternate nostril breathing? I haven't done alternate nostril breathing for a long time. It's very good for our nervous system. I'm sitting on the edge of a step. If you want to grab a cushion and sit on a little cushion, or sit in cross-legged as if you were doing sitting meditation. There we go, like that. You're very welcome to. When we do pranayama, alternate nostril breathing, I've forgotten its proper name. Anyway, that's okay. We are going to use our right hand. We take our pointer finger and our long finger to the area between our eyebrows. We're going to block our left nostril with our ring finger and our pinky, and we're going to block our right nostril with our thumb. Now, if at any time you feel dizzy or unsteady, then just stop and come back to sitting meditation and gentle breathing. What we do is we place our fingers between our eyebrows, we block the left nostril, and we breathe in through the right nostril. Breathing in, right down into the belly. And we pause. We block both nostrils for a moment, and then we release the left nostril and we breathe out through the left nostril. Then we pause, blocking both nostrils. We pause, then we breathe in through the left nostril. And then block both nostrils, pause, and release the right nostril. And breathe out through the right. Pause. Close the eyes if you want to. Breathing in through the right nostril. Blocking both nostrils, we pause. Release the left nostril, breathe out. And pause, breathing in through the left. Pause, block both. Release the right. Breathing out through the right nostril. Let's do 2 more rounds and I will be quiet so that you guys can focus on what you're doing. Try to release the back of the neck below the scalp and below the skull. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. And release. Oh, I feel better already. I hope you guys are too. Grab a tissue if you need to, and we're going to come onto our hands and our knees on the mat. And we will go into cat and tiger. The hands are facing forwards. Just turn my mat slightly. Oops. There we go. Hands are facing forward. Wrists, elbows, shoulders are all in one line. The knees are about hip or shoulder width apart. Let's exhale and arch the back up, tucking the tailbone under, chin to the chest. There go the rainbow lorikeets. And now we flex. Tilt the tailbone up, lift the chest. I love living up here. Tuck the tailbone under, breathing out. And breathing in. Remember, for the next little while, we are on the slow road. In fact, it's not even a road. It's a beautiful path, a grassy path in a meadow. We're not rushing. Exhaling. We're taking all the time in the world to do our yoga this morning. There's nowhere else to be and nothing else to be doing. And again, breathing out. Breathing in. Open the heart up to the world. Bring your awareness to the movement of the spine and the way that the hips and the pelvis and the tailbone all work together to create spinal mobility. And one more, exhaling. And inhaling. Flex the back one more time and now come to neutral. That's it. And now we're just going to bring our tailbone, our butt back towards our heels and just gently walk the arms out in front. Rest the forehead on the mat. And now let's take the arms beside the legs, palms are facing upwards. The shoulders just work to the sides of the body. Let the palms be soft and tender like a baby's hands. Closing the eyes for a moment. Breathing into the belly and into the lower back. Focus entirely on the breath. And one more deep breath in this position, pose of a child. Bringing the hands forward again, coming up to the hands and the knees. We're going to turn our palms, our fingers in slightly towards each other and gently circle around through the shoulders. That's good. Just loosening up the shoulders and the arms. One more time this way. Coming back to the center, and now the other way. That's it. And a couple more. Last one. And coming back to the center, turning the palms. Actually, turn one palm in. I'm not going to say left and right because I'm not sure how that translates to you at home, but turning one palm inwards, face the other one up, and we go into threading the needle. So pass that underneath. Make sure you stay on the palm. Don't drop down onto the elbow. And just gradually feed the arm through the body, through that area, resting the temple and the head on the mat. We're just going to pause here for a moment. Feel the stretch through the upper back. And the side of the body as well. If you want a little bit more from this, your support arm can come behind you, crossing over the back and tucking into the opposite thigh. Coming back with the hand supporting on the mat, breathing in and drawing up. That's it. And now turn the other hand in and feed the other arm through. Resting the head on the mat. Taking some breaths here. If you want that little bit of extra, take the support arm over the back. Tuck it into the thigh and rest here for a few breaths. And release that top arm, bring it back so the hand is supporting as you come up. Good work. And this time we're going to go back into pose of a child, but if you want to, you can bring the big toes together, take the knees apart, just to where they want to go. We don't want to feel any ripping, burning or tearing when we do yoga. We want to feel a vague discomfort within comfort. That's it. Now, coming down to the forearms, work the arms out in front. That's it. If you want a little bit more from this, the chin goes towards the mat, the tailbone lifts up slightly. One more breath here. and then come back up. That's it. Bring the knees together. And let's come into a little bit of a twist, a gentle twist. So we are going to cross one leg under. Yeah, let's do this. One leg is under, the other leg is crossed over. That's it. Sitting nice and tall. I'm looking at some big grey clouds starting to come over. Let's hope that the rain holds off. Breathing in. So the opposite arm comes up. We lift our body around just into a gentle twist so the arm folds along the thigh. That's it. Turning from the waist. And we feel that through the side of the body, through the belly. Sometimes we get a nice little opening through the glute as well. Breathe deeply into the belly. Breathing in and coming back to the center, and then changing legs. Lifting up through the spine first, lift the arm up and then bring it around and turning. Breathing into the belly. Keep the breath flowing and then coming back to the center on an in-breath. That's good. Let's bring the feet to butterfly. We normally do butterfly right at the end, but let's do it first up this morning or early on. Just gently shaking the knees. That's it. Lengthening the spine. You can bring the feet to wherever feels comfortable. You can bring them right in if that works for you, or you can have them further out. Lifting nice and tall, inhaling, and just very gently begin to work your way forward. Now we want a nice straight spine. That's good. And then drop the head. Holding it down, holding yourself down there for a few breaths. Fill the belly with air on the inhale. On the next inhale, lifting up and coming up. Bring the legs together and stretch them out in front. Now, I'm hoping you can see this all right. My feet are flexed, so the toes are pointing up towards the sky. I washed them last night in the shower. I do seem to spend a lot of my life in thongs and bare feet. Lifting up from behind, lifting up through the hands, so my hands are facing backwards and lifting up. That's it. And now point the toes. Oh, sometimes the feet need a good old stretch, don't they? And flex. That's it. Keeping the spine nice and straight and tall. Dandasana is this nice sitting pose. And stretching out through the toes again. My feet are pointing. I don't think you can quite see them here. And flex. And now do opposite, alternate. One's pointing, one's flexing. And change. One's pointing, one's flexing. And again, keep the breath flowing. Oh, that feels good. And that's it. Relax the feet. Let's just bring up one foot and circle around, so we're loosening and opening that ankle joint. That's good. And the other way. That's it. And just take a moment. I'm pressing my thumbs, the pad of my thumbs, into my foot, just giving it a little massage. That's it. Just all around the foot. You'll find that there are tender spots in there. Now, I don't do reflexology, and I don't know what those tender spots might be, but I do know that it's good to give feet a little bit of a massage around the edges and even on top as well, to give our feet a little bit of loving. They are the unthanked and unrecognized parts of our body that keep us going. They keep us upright. Taking the other foot and circling one way. And the other way. You might hear little clicks and pops and cracks in there. That's okay. And now let's give this foot a little bit of a massage as well. Take the pads of your thumbs and just press into the foot, onto the tops of the toes there. Oh, thank you, feet, for all you do. And then onto the top of the foot. That's good. Okay, now I'm thinking it would be nice to do happy baby pose. I'm just going to have to be very careful how I position myself. So I'm going to lie side on here. Come down onto your back. That's it. Give the knees a hug. I don't think I've done happy baby pose on Zoom or on YouTube. So I want to just make sure that I don't shock everybody too much. The feet are flexed. We take the soles of the feet, the knees come out to the sides and they come towards the underarms. And we get a nice stretch through the inner thighs. We get a beautiful stretch through the back. It feels supported, entirely supported on the mat. We understand why babies do this because it does feel really nice on the body. Breathing into the belly and the lower back. And now bring the knees in together. Give them a big hug to the chest. And let's take the arms out to the sides. They're perpendicular to the body. Keep the knees together and we're going to do another little twist. So taking the legs to one side, the head goes to the other. Try to keep the shoulder and the hands on the mat. It's a great stretch through the side of the body and into the belly and into the digestive organs. Keep the breath flowing and let the hands be soft. One more breath here. And then with the knees and the feet together, lift them up to the center and we go in the opposite direction. So I'm looking towards the camera now. My opposite, the shoulder opposite the knees is pressed towards the ground. The hands are soft. Breathing deeply into the belly. Keep the breath flowing. I'm praying to the yoga gods that the rain and the showers hold off until we have finished our beautiful practice here. And one more breath on this side. Keeping the knees and the feet together, coming up to the center. Give yourself a big hug. Goodness knows we need it, don't we? I've taken to hugging trees and hugging my knees in yoga, and then rolling up. Good. Now, I thought we might do most of our floor work first and then come up to a few standing postures. Let's do pigeon pose without doing the whole thing. So let's cross one ankle over the knee. The foot is flexed. The hands are behind the hips here, and we lift tall. Just turn the hands backwards. That's it. And we use the hands on the mat as leverage to lift ourselves up. That's it. Pressing that bent knee out and breathing. If you want a little bit more from this, then you can lie down, and we take one arm through the gap there, the other arm around, and we draw the knees in towards the chest. You can use your elbow to keep that knee out to the side. And if you want a little bit more than that, then you extend the base leg, wrap the elbow around the foot, the other elbow around the knee, and you draw that knee and that shin towards the chest, and it's a lot like an upside down pigeon pose. Breathe into the hips. So this is a beautiful hip opening sequence. And we keep the foot flexed to protect the bent knee. And then release. Just lying down for a moment. Stretch out that leg. Take a moment in Shavasana just to notice how that particular side of the body, it's my right side, how that side of the body is feeling now that you've done that sequence. A couple of breaths here. And then give the knees another hug. And up we come. Good. And let's start at the beginning again, but this time with the other leg. So both knees are bent. Cross the ankle over the knee. Flex that foot. Use the hands from behind to lift yourself up, opening the chest. Press that knee out to the side. Again, this foot is flexed to protect the knee. If you get knee pain doing this, then don't do it and go into Shavasana or pose of a child and have a little rest. Letting the breath flow. The second stage of the sequence, we lie down. We're going to feed one hand through the gap there, the other hand around the knee, and we draw the knees in towards the chest. You can really start to feel that hip opening now. One more breath in this position. And then if you want to take it further, stretch the base leg out. Wrap the elbow around the foot, the other elbow around the knee, and we draw the shin towards the chest. Long, steady breaths. One more breath here, and then release. Stretch both legs out. And just notice how that side of the body is feeling now. One more breath here. And now let's go into half bridge. I'm going to turn myself this way. I'm trying very hard not to give anyone terrible shocks as they watch this. So I'm going to go side on for half bridge. Make sure the neck is straight. We bring the heels towards the butt. They're about hip width apart. Our knees are going to point straight up towards the ceiling. Start to lift the butt, the lower back, the sacrum off the mat. Pushing through the heels. We lift the body up. Clasp the hands underneath the back. Draw the shoulders under. And we hold here and we take about 4 deep breaths. Be careful not to move your head from side to side. You want to be looking straight up. Keep the breath flowing. Keep the heart open. And now release the shoulders. Find the top of the spine, the base of the neck. Release the hands and now roll the back vertebra by vertebra down onto the mat. Ah, that always feels so good, doesn't it? And look, here's another hug. Bring the knees in. Rock gently from side to side. And up we come again. Great work, everyone. And before we move on into transitioning up to standing postures, look, I really, these are my least favourite. Salambhasana, they're little back bends. But I think we should occasionally do them. Yoga is not about doing all the things we're good at or that we like. It's also about finding ourselves in slightly uncomfortable positions. So we are just going to lie down with, let's take the hands out in front. The arms are out in front. The legs are out behind us. And we are going to lift an opposite arm to a leg. We press our hips, our belly in, and our ribs in towards the mat as we lift up. In front, we stretch from one toes to fingertips and come down and relax. And let's do the other side. Up we come. We're like superheroes. That's it. Stretching from the fingers to the toes. And down. Relax. This time we're going to lift our upper body, keep the feet on the mat and lift up. Doesn't that just do the job? Taking the arms around to the lower back. Good. And out and around and relax. And now our last one in this little sequence, we're going to take the ankles of the feet, the knees are apart, and we lift up. That's it, keep breathing. Open the heart and the chest. Good work. If you can bring the big toes together, do. And relax. All the way down, and we come back into pose of a child. Stretching out the back, lengthening and relaxing. Take the arms beside the legs and let the shoulders relax. Breathing into the belly and the lower back. And then coming up onto the knees. Very well done. Very well done. Okay, we're just going to do a few little standing postures. So let's bring a leg through to the front of the mat. We're going to drop our hips. That's it. We want our knee above our ankle. We want the hips to drop, and we feel a big stretch through our inner thighs. Nice, easy breaths. Good. Then if you want to, you can take the body to the inside of the leg. Take things a little bit lower. And if that's still feeling okay, you can then curl the back toe under and begin to extend that back leg. Keeping the breath flowing. And relax the knee down, coming back up. Back into pose of a child. And now we bring the other leg through. Let the hips drop first. That's it. Keep the breath flowing. If you want to go a little lower, then the body comes on the inside of that leg. And then if you want a little bit more, curl the back toe under and extend that leg. One more breath here. Then dropping down and coming back into pose of a child. Coming back up onto the hands and the knees. Let's bring the original leg through first. And this time, now you can keep the back knee on the mat if you want to. We're going to go into a lunge. But if you want a little bit more from it, take the toes under in the back leg and we rise up. Yep, stretch out that back leg. Reaching up. We are solid and strong and steady in our practice. We are grounded in our lives. And coming on down and back into pose of a child again. And bringing the other leg through. You can keep that back knee down if you want to. The hips sink forward, reaching up. Then if you want a little bit more from it, curl that back toe under. We rise up into a lunge, extend that back leg, activating, breathing. One more breath here, and then coming back down. And take a break, rest in pose of a child for a moment. And coming back up onto the hands and the knees. Excellent. I'm going to move my mat back a little bit so that we can do a couple of standing postures and you can still see what I'm doing. Very nice. Let's go into triangle trikonasana. I'm going to try not to hit the door here as I go forwards. So one foot is forward, the other is at about a 45-degree angle. We draw the thigh bone into the hip socket, breathing in and reaching out and forward. And there's that beautiful stretch through the inner thigh, through the hamstring. Open the heart up towards the heavens. If you feel steady, take the arm up, lengthen the neck, and we look towards the hand. It doesn't matter where your hand goes. Just put it somewhere where it's comfortably uncomfortable. Breathing into the belly. Reach that top arm up a little bit higher. And on the next in-breath, come on up. Beautifully done. And rotate the feet. Breathing in. Do it on the side here. Breathing in. And draw that thigh bone into the hip socket. Opening up the heart, extending the arms, opening the chest, and the tailbone tucks under. Lengthen through the arms. One more breath here. And then use the top arm to come up with and bring the feet to the top of your mat. Stand in mountain for a moment. Hands are by the sides. Tuck the tailbone under. Let the spine lengthen, let the neck lengthen. Closing the eyes if you feel steady. Fill the belly and the legs with air on the inhale and exhale through the spine and out the top of the head on the exhale. Gently opening the eyes. That's it. I think I might just be out of shot. My head might be just out of shot for the Zoom people. My apologies. We're going to go into tree pose. Establish the balance in it's my left foot, whichever foot you prefer. Bring the up, find your gaze point, your drishti. It's all about focus and steadiness. Bring the heel up to the inner thigh and press that in. Really make that base leg solid like a tree trunk. We clasp the hands and reach them up towards the heavens. Tucking the tailbone under slightly. Move the arms back a little further if you want to. You can take the hands apart now. If you feel steady, press them back. Open the heart. Keep the breath flowing. Connecting heaven and earth through our bodies. And then coming back down. Good work. Use a wall. Hang on to a wall. Have your back against a wall if your balance is a little bit of an issue today. Let's do the other side. Take your time. Send your roots down into the earth. Toes are wide. Find your gaze point. Then bring the foot up. Clasping the hands with the other index finger on top. Extending up. Oh. If you want to, separate the hands, the arms come back a little, the heart opens. We keep the breath flowing. And then coming down. And release. Good work, everybody. Let's do a forward fold. My feet are just slightly apart. We want to have a little bend in the knees. I'm looking at how my tights have lost all their elasticity since I last wore them. My goodness. Okay, breathing in and then hinging from the hips. Have a little bend in the knees. Allow yourself to fold forwards. Clasping the elbows. Drop the head. Breathing into the belly and the lower back. If you want a little bit more from this, clasp the hands behind the back and we extend the arms up. Keep that breath flowing. One more breath here and then release. Let's take the feet nice and wide. They're pointing forwards, or the legs nice and wide. That's it. Now, I've tilted my tailbone up towards the sky. My knees are a little bent. I'm hinging from my hips. Allow yourself to fold forwards. Hands under the chest. Dropping the head. Then if you want to, clasp the hands behind the back and extend. The breath is flowing. The mind is still and steady. And then release. That's it. And now we're going to go into gate pose. So bringing the feet in nice and close together. The easiest way to get into this is to come up onto the toes. Then bring yourself down, drop your butt, then press the feet, the heels towards the ground. That's it. So it's a real kind of counterbalance here. Our weight is shifting forward, our heels are going down towards the ground. If that's too hard, you might want to put a rolled up towel underneath your heels to help. And then if you want to, you can have a go at bringing the hands to the heels without tumbling backwards. If I tumble backwards, I end up in the bushes here. That's a good incentive to stay upright. If that's too hard, just bring the hands forward. Good work. And now take the feet a little further apart. Coming down into a deep squat. If this hurts your knees, just come straight on down into Shavasana. Taking one more breath here. And then hands to the ground. Come on down to the butt. And then take your time. You can relax completely into Shavasana. Or if you want to work the abdominals, you can have the feet flat on the floor here, tuck the chin on the chest, hands to the side, and you're going to roll across the sacrum and just fold each vertebra down into the mat. Good to work the abs now and then. All the way down. And relax. And just before you settle into Shavasana, if you need to get yourself some socks, a blanket, a jacket, a jumper, a scarf, please do. I'm going to get my socks. And I'm going to get my book as well. So take your time moving into Shavasana. Let the legs relax completely. into the ground, into the earth. Settle every limb and the head, the back of the head, onto the earth. I'll just get my jacket. Here it is. And our Shavasana, our Yoga Nidra, actually, our guided relaxation today is from Rachel Zinman's beautiful book, Yoga for Diabetes. I think you will enjoy it. Lie flat on your back and completely let go. Feel how gravity holds the body on the mat. You don't have to do a thing. Give your body up to the force of gravity. Feel how gravity, like a huge magnet, draws the body into the earth. Feel how the earth supports the body unconditionally. Let go of all effort. Let go of the need to do anything. Let go of the need to let go. Everything is going on absolutely effortlessly. The whole of creation is going on without effort. Feel the breath moving through your nose. Feel your heartbeat. Feel how effortless it is. Feel the coolness in the breath as it moves through each nostril. Bring your awareness into your feet and feel where the heels touch the floor. Feel those 2 points relaxing. Feel where the calf muscles touch the floor. Feel those 2 points relax completely. Moving up to the thighs, feel where the thighs touch the floor. Feel those 2 points relax completely. Feel where the buttocks touch the floor. Moving into the lower back, feel it really relax completely. The upper back relaxing. Feel where the shoulders touch the floor relaxing. Moving into the belly, feel all tension letting go. All tension drains from the belly into the earth. As you let it go, it lets you go. Feel the neck muscles relaxing, shoulders relaxing. Feel the arms relaxing. Feel where the elbows touch the floor, forearms touch the floor. Feel where the hands touch the floor. Feel those 2 points relaxing. Bring all your awareness into the back of your head, where the back of the head touches the floor. Feel that point at the very top of the spine, at the base of the skull. Feel a blue light emerging from that point, the colour of the sky. Feel this blue light washing through the whole top of the head. In the very centre of the brain, feel a golden egg resting there, emitting a golden liquid light. Feel this gold liquid light emerging through the top of your head, washing forward towards the forehead where it trickles down. The golden liquid light relaxes the eyes. Feel the eyes dropping into the back of the head, into the pools of golden light washing through the cheeks, nose, lips, and jaw. Your tongue lulls into the back of the throat as you relax completely. The whole body is without tension. Each muscle and each joint completely relaxed. Rest here for a few breaths. Now feel the breath again through the nose. Bring your awareness back to the heart and feel the heart beating. Feel the coolness of the breath in your nostrils. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes, stretching your arms up over your head. Gently roll to one side and stay there for a few moments. When you are ready, come to a comfortable seated position. Bring your palms to your heart and take a few moments for yourself. Thank you everybody for sharing in yoga practice today. Have a beautiful rest of the day, a wonderful week, and I'll see you again soon. Namaste.